So guys, how are you? We are back again with another new video. So guys, in today's video, we are going to talk about some new Outerversal metas of Dragon Ball. We already covered the Afterlife, World of Void, Subspace, and Summit meta. That is why today I have brought two new Outerversal metas for you. The first one is the Dead Zone, and the second is the Crack of Time. So without wasting any more time, let's start this video. So let's start with the Dead Zone. Something we might have never even thought could be Outerversal. Its meta is very easy, even easier than the other world. If you look closely, you will notice it. So first, you will see on the screen this scan showing that the Dead Zone is timeless, meaning it is beyond temporal, right? After that, if you check this other scan, you will see that the Dead Zone is also called spaceless, right? Meaning it is a zone where concepts like space and time simply stop existing. Then another statement about the Dead Zone comes where it is called superspace or superdimensional. As far as we know, superdimension is just a synonym for transcendent dimension or beyond dimension, right? So this zone is dimensionless. Then it is superdimensional, beyond dimensional, so it naturally becomes Outerversal. And we all know most Dragon Ball movies are by Koyama. So he gave a statement that the hierarchy of the mortal universe is beyond concepts like time or space. I think Koyama actually gave this statement about the Dead Zone itself. That's why this statement matches with both the movie and the Daizenshu, and that's why it doesn't fall into the death of the author fallacy. So the Dead Zone is a superdimensional zone that is also timeless and spaceless. And it matches Koyama's statements as well. All of this makes the Dead Zone by default, at least bare minimum, Outerversal. And just for your information, the super dimensions in Dragon Ball exist outside the living world. Like in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, where we see super dimensions. That is why saying Otherworld is high Outerversal due to conceptual transcendence is completely wrong. I hope I was able to explain the Dead Zone to you in a good and simple way. That's why now, let's move to our next Outerversal meta, the Crack of Time. So this meta is shorter, but more complex than the Dead Zone. That is why try to understand it carefully. The Crack of Time is a place that is separate from the dimension of time. In simple words, it is atemporal. And we all know if a realm is atemporal, then it is also aspatial by default. Because space and time are interlinked, right? So many people will call it zero-dimensional. But if a realm conceptually lacks both time and space, then it will either be 0D or Outerversal. In the case of the Crack of Time, it houses crystals that themselves contain timelines. If you call a single timeline 4D, then the container is always higher in scale. So the 0D condition ends for the Crack of Time. I know its Outerversal nature still lacks context. That's why if you look at this scan, it literally says, the Crack of Time is beyond space and time. So in simple words, the Crack of Time is dimensionless. It scales above timelines, which removes the 0D condition. It is beyond space and time as well. All of this points in one direction, which is Outerversal. So yeah guys, that is it for today's video. I will see you in the next one with another new topic. And remember, this is Scalenox, where fiction meets power.